Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It is my hope that you are well, that your families are well, that you're feeling blessed and you're blossoming. I have not been live in weeks. Like, I feel like I was kind of going through a little bit of a withdrawal of sorts, because I'm always talking to, connecting with, loving on my ladies the way that we do. Like, I'm always here connecting with you guys. And so it was weird for me because I'm like, listen, usually I am just live and chatting with you guys. I'm about to share this into our Facebook community as well because I want y'all to come hang out with me just for a few minutes. Let's see. Hey, everybody. How you doing? There we go. Okay. I have been on the move doing all of the things. And you guys know, especially if you're on the email list, if you are a part of our community, you guys know that we have some really major events, exciting things coming up. And so I'm here tonight to talk for just a little bit about tapping into your resourcefulness. Okay. Tapping into your resourcefulness. I have been having a host of conversations with really epic and amazing women, many of them who are coming to the Momathon Conference next month. Like, they're so excited. They're booking flights. They're reserving their hotel rooms. They're doing all the things. And I, Christina, the host, am in her prayer closet, right? Like, looking for this really incredible move to happen. I know it's happening. It's loading. And so I'm just excited. But I've been having all these really incredible conversations with you guys, okay? About where you are as a woman, where you are as a mother, where you are as a leader, where you are as someone who is shifting her community and making certain pivots, where you are as a business owner, like all of these things. Conversations over the last few weeks, okay? Kids, when school kicked back in, my children got sick. And so I was working through them being ill. Then I came down with whatever is going on with my voice that is making it super sultry right now. Then I came down with whatever that is. It was just a whole mess. Okay. It was a whole mess. So I have really been working through these conversations, working through the chats, working through where you guys are internally, externally, in your homes, in your marriages, in your businesses, and things are just picking up and soaring through the roof. Okay. So today we're talking about resourcefulness because resourcefulness is the queen of goal reaching. It is the queen of goal reaching. If you lack resourcefulness, you will always lack reaching your goals. If you are someone who is not sure about how you're going to do something, if you can do something, you will always be short on reaching your goals. Hey, everybody. If you are somebody who you second guess yourself, if you're someone who struggles with imposter syndrome, if you're someone who forgets the power of your own receipts, if you are somebody who looks at a problem, a challenge, an obstacle, and you are not sure how you're going to overcome it, it's okay. We all get there. We all have moments in our life where we're not sure how we're going to do something. Okay. We all know this. However, am I committed to becoming the person that overcomes that? Am I committed to being the type of woman who goes into her what's the word I'm looking for? I want to feel like this big trunk of ideas and creativity and options and open doors. Like, am I the woman that goes in there to pull up how something's going to happen? This is game changing. I will say that my resourcefulness has catapulted as a result of me being coached. As a result of me being coached, right? Like, you begin to see the places in your own life, good evening, where you lack resourcefulness, where you sit and you spiral for consistent periods of time instead of looking for how you're going to make something happen. When you are working through a problem. Hi there, working through a challenge. It's so good to see you. Working through a challenge, working through a situation. My question is always, how are you going to make it happen? I can remember having a consultation call with a woman who was a mother and a business owner. And she confided in me, listen, financially, I'm not where I need to be in order to invest in coaching. I said, okay, that's no problem. Here's how you can make $2,000 this week. I told her how on the phone. It's like, listen, if you want to invest in coaching, here's what you need to do. Okay. And it was interesting to see her response to me giving her those words of affirmation. I helped her to tap into her resources. Here's how you can do this, right? If you really want to get coaching, you can have the 5K needed for coaching in a couple weeks, right? A week, if you really wanted to do that. And it was interesting. Her mind went to, I feel like I should continue to try to sell t-shirts, right? Like, I want to start a clothing line. T-shirts is going to be how I get to $2,000. And I had to ask her, I was like, how many t-shirts do you need to sell to make $1,000? Now, this is not challenging her method, right? But when I think about resourcefulness and problem solving, I am instantly going to, how can I make my result happen in the fastest way possible? How can I do that? How can I pull this off, right? As we plan for the conference, as we are welcoming 100 stellar BIPOC mom leaders to join us in Atlanta, a whole new level of everything. A whole new level of everything. What happened last year? What God is doing this year? What? And even I, Christina, have had to tap into a new level of resourcefulness. There is no such thing as something that's too hard to do. I can feel internally like I'm not quite sure how. I can feel like whatever. I have learned now to bring my own mind back from that place. Have you trained your mind to be resourceful? Have you trained your brain to no longer see all of the bad, everything that feels impossible, everything that seems like it's too big for you? Have you trained your brain to no longer see that? And instead, you train your mind to see the open doors, the opportunities, the results that could be, the options that you have all around you. Have you trained your brain to see that? My husband and I this morning, we were talking, working through all the things, right, that couples have to work through. And I was like, listen, I'm a firm believer in the scripture. I show you my faith by my work. I show you my faith by the actions I take. Okay. Faith is something that happens in your mind, in your spirit, in your soul, right? I believe God says about me. I believe what he says about my future, my capabilities, the things that are unfolding for me. I believe what God says about me. I believe I'm going to have what he says I can have. I believe that God is going to work all things out for my good. I believe this. Because I believe this, these are the actions that I take as a result. And many of us, we say we have faith. We say we believe. We say, I am who God says I am. I'm a virtuous woman. I'm all these things. We say that we're this person. But I have questions. I got questions. I'm inquiring. I'm wondering, as you all's productivity coach, who I love you all dearly, I have questions because I'm coming to the conference in October to snatch edges. Okay. I'm coming to the conference because I'm like, listen, how many times are we sitting on stifling out the amazingness that could be unfolding? How many times are we calculating in the wrong way? How many times are we leaning to a more negative story than the positive one? How often do we look at a situation, a challenge, a circumstance, and we only see what we can't do and what feels impossible? What a difficult life that is. That our brains have not yet unfolded for us what can be. I got questions because all the women that follow me are ambitious and spirited and soulful and passionate about their work. Everybody that follows me, you have a calling to do something major in the world. But what happens when you don't see how that's going to happen? What happens when the situation looks bigger than you? What happens when you're walking into something new and you're not quite sure how everything's going to come together? What happens then? Does your mind instantly go to, this must not be for me? What does your mind do? What does your spirit do? Does it instantly go to, I should just give up and try again next year? Does it go to, I'm just going to go to 15 vision board parties? Y'all love y'all vision board parties with these cardboard cutouts. We love going to the vision board parties. We love copy and pasting together what's going to be, not realizing that we could have started this week. We could have started today and already been where we want to be in our family lives, in our marriages, in our relationships, being present with our children, enjoying them, building something amazing, something epic that the world is going to know you for. When you become that person that always sees opportunity, when you become someone that actually believes what God says about them, this is a different ball game. Some of us struggle not just with resourcefulness, but with indecision. We struggle with indecision. We have a lot of, I'm thinking about it, women running around here. We have a lot of, I'll see. We have a lot of, I'm afraid to plan ahead. We have a lot of, I'm just not sure how it's going to happen. I'm not even going to try. We have a whole lot of that floating around here. So what do you do when it's something that's going to change your life? What do you do if your next yes is going to move you into a whole new land, a whole new place? What do you do then? Do you continue to sit in indecision? Today, my husband someone asked him about doing a funeral, and then we also had something else in the same day, and he was trying to figure out which one he was going to do. Every 5 minutes, I walk through the living room. Mr. Garrett, have you made a decision yet? Have you made a decision? The very root word of decision is cis, C-I-S. It means to cut off every other option other than the winning option. Hey, ladies, to cut off every other option other than the winning option. Do you feel like you can fall in love with the results you're working on creating and commit to it? Can we make a decision about anything? I made a decision of the person I wanted to be, the kind of community leader, the kind of coach, the kind of mom, the kind of wife with the mega knees, like the kind of woman I want to be. So it wasn't that I didn't feel like it could be for me. I had to decide everything else. Hey, everything else was not an option. Quitting, not an option. Not having the resources, not an option. I shared to my email list. Y'all hear me? I shared to my email list this week, last week, maybe it was last week. I was like, listen, yes, girl, mega needs. Ow. Okay. So anyway, I shared with my email list that I went to a conference last fall with one of my girlfriends, right? I'm on her board of directors for her nonprofit. She said, listen, my partner can't go. Do you want to go? I went to Sugar Daddy. I said, listen, can y'all spare me for a couple days? If so, I'm going to go to St. Louis for this big major event. Why? When I made that decision to go to that event, okay, I made this decision to go. And while I was there, I look across the ballroom. I see this sister in the midst of a very non-people of color event. Okay, like there were 15 Black people in a sea of 1,000. You feel me? Like, so when you see somebody else brown, you're automatically like, hey, how you doing, right? That one decision to leave my house, go to the event, say hello to this stranger, hear about the work they did, learn about the organization, all of this stuff. I told my email list that one hello, that one decision turned into over $20,000 in partnerships for me. Over $20,000 in partnerships. Over 20K, the easiest money I have ever made. Being myself. When we talk about collaborations, when we talk about using the resources, amplifying your voice, doing more, all of these things is what we're talking about. We're not just talking about showing up on social media because it's fun. We're talking about building something. We're talking about using your voice to shift the cultural landscape, communities, on the political landscape, all of these things. They need the voice. They want the voice. They came and they were like, listen, y'all, this foundation, they told me, they said it's easier for us to fund you doing the work than it is for us to restart it ourselves. This is easier for us to fund you because you've already started. We see that you're in it, you love it, you're committed to mothers, parents, Black mothers, all of it, sis. They were like, listen, we would much rather fund you doing the work because you're already in it. You've already started. Then that one hello got me at an event in Atlanta. Me and my husband and one other sis who's coming to the conference. We were the only brown people there. They're advocating for Black folks, homeschoolers, the needs of the Black family in a room full of legislators and foundation people and nonprofit board of director people in a whole ballroom full of them. And that opportunity and a strategic hello led me to a grant application that I could not coach none of y'all next year. I could not coach none of y'all. And okay. Y'all, okay. The moral of the story is this. So many times we avoid tapping into our resourcefulness. We don't say yes to the next thing because saying yes to the next thing just feels so overwhelming. That one yes feels like it's too much. This one opportunity, this one open door feels like it's too much. Oh my goodness, I got to get on a plane and go somewhere. Yeah, you do. Oh my goodness, I have to do follow-ups. Yeah, you do. Oh my goodness, you got to submit that application. Yeah, you do. Oh my goodness, I have to learn how to pitch myself or do media or do this or be a better speaker or what. Yeah, you do. Because the literal world is available to you after you become that person. All this accessibility is all open to you after you choose to become that person. But too often, we avoid being resourceful and we avoid making decisions. All from the standpoint of, I can just make the decision tomorrow. Based on my studying, I have learned that procrastination is actually an attribute of imposter syndrome. I got some lives on the channel about that. I might do a replay of that tonight. But procrastination, perfectionism, analysis paralysis, people pleasing are the 4 P's of imposter syndrome. And I see you all, this is what you do. I'll think about it. I'm not sure. I'll wait. I'm afraid to plan. All this stuff is just a form of procrastination. It's a way for you to avoid making a decision. So you put it off until the next thing. You put it off again and again. It's a way for you to put it off so long until it's no longer an option. And it gets you out of having to make the decision in the first place. Procrastination is an attribute of imposter syndrome, where we put it off so long that we now no longer have to make a decision about the situation. Making the decision felt stressful. So I'm just going to wait. Formatting my life felt too stressful. Asking for help in this area feels too stressful. Telling my husband I want to leave and go away to a conference for a weekend. He wants you to go. Your whole family will be chilling while you are gone, eating pizza, relaxing. They probably will not miss your own nagging tail. They won't miss you. Please go be better. Please go do karaoke with the Momathon ladies. Please. Come back brand new. They want you to go. House will be a mess until you stroll back in the door. They want you to leave. Okay? But what we do is we put it off so long that it's not even an option anymore. You're not even able to. Resourcefulness, decision making. These are the queens of hitting your goals this year. If I say to myself, self, I already know this is for me. I already know God said it. I already know I believe what he says about me. I believe what he says about my mission. I believe what he says about where I'm going in this life. Because I believe that, these are the actions I'm going to take as a result. Because I believe that. Because I know that faith and work go together. Because I know that. Because I have faith and I believe what he says about me, I'm going to take action like I know it. Everybody asks me all the time, Christina, how you got 5 children and you and your husband look happy? We are. And you show up consistently. You said, who does your emails? Me? What do y'all think this is? This is my life's work. This is my job. I'm a coach for a living. Not like I sort of kind of do it and maybe one day it'll be, no, this is my full-time job. It's what I do for a living. Okay. So when it's your life, like when you know this is your life's work, when you know that this is for you without a doubt, you just show up differently. Thank you, Abby. We just show up differently. We show up with a different kind of passion. Every single time I show up, every time I commit to being this Christina, people's lives are changed. Every time I want to be like, yeah, I don't really feel like doing a conference. Y'all email me and you're like, we'll just pull up at your house because we are leaving these kids at home. Every year I look for, how do we level it up? How do we do it better? But me tapping into being this resourceful Christina is what elevates the event every year. Every year it gets better because I haven't stopped growing. I, Christina, am committed to my growth. I'm invested in my own growth. Thousands of dollars worth. Thousands of dollars worth. Tens of thousands of dollars worth of investing in myself to be a better wife, a better woman, a better coach, a better leader, a better collaborator, a better community leader, a better public relations specialist for myself. to step in and be that version of Christina, I am fully invested in my own life's work. And the problem is, the struggle is, the challenge is, many of us lack resourcefulness, the ability to create your own results. We're waiting on somebody to come and just deliver it to us. We're waiting on somebody to come in and swoop in and, here, let me help make this happen for you. Your loved ones can support you, but they can't do it for you. They can love you and want to propel you forward. Hi, Delisha. They can love you and want to propel you forward, but they cannot fix you for you. They can't make what you feel is important in real life. So as I plan for the conference, every year, the conference gets stronger. Every year, the quality of women who attend get better. Every year, the collaborations get better. Me walking into my physical therapist's office brought me to the director of minority affairs for the state of Alabama. She's coming to share her story. How do I use my voice on the next level to advocate and to push for equality? Like what? Mothers in the workforce, Black mothers, maternal health, all of this stuff. Like we want to play small. No. How do we go do that? How does Momathon go there? How do we do that? Are we thinking small? I'm not going to. Because as I think bigger, you guys are like, hey, I want to do that too. I want to think bigger. You guys know that one of my goals, and my girl from Free Black Motherhood, if you're still watching, knows, like, one of my goals this year was to, last year was to work with Essence Magazine. And I had to work on being the person who was Essence Magazine worthy. I had to work on that. I had to step in to become a woman, a leader, a thought leader in the motherhood, productivity, work-life balance space. Hi, Keisha. I had to work on becoming that person. Resourcefulness. I did not have a publicist to come and pitch me for the next big opportunity. I had to tap into my own resourcefulness. I had to learn how to do it myself. And so then we got to film Essence Wellness Check. Last spring? Then I got an email that said, hey, you want to contribute to the print edition? I'm sorry, my name in the paper? Like, I can open the magazine and see myself? Yes, please. Talking about productivity. Then we came around the new year and I emailed Victoria, fabulous senior editor. I said, what you guys working on this year? How can I contribute? Essence feature number 3. And then a good PR assist of mine connected me and she's like, listen, they're working on something else about parenting. 4 Essence features in 1 year. Where somewhere they just trying to get 1. Then beyond that, I was like, listen, Victoria, you're a superstar mom of 2. Will you come to the Momathon Conference and share with us your story? I hear my baby's coming up. Share with us your story. She said yes. So then we get to bring brilliant motherhood minds together for something incredible. So my thought is always, how do you tap into, hey guys, how do you tap into your resourcefulness? And how do you make the decision about the woman that you are going to be? Are you committed? Are you all in? Are you saying yes to the next thing? Or are we in indecision mode? I'll see. I'm waiting. I am at the place, so I put a date in our email today. If you ain't get your ticket by, what did I say, October 11th, the 15th, don't be emailing me talking about the last minute tickets, because the women that we serve move quickly. They already know they need to be there. They already know that this is for them, right? I'm already in agreement with what God says about me. Are you planning? It's okay. I love you, girl. DM me after this is over. Right? It's like we're already making moves. We're already pushing forward. My mind is in next year. My mind is in next year. I put in our email today. I was like, the Momathon Conference is our starting line. Every year, we come with different goals that have moved to the next level, all of this. So we have different goals when we come every year. And so we have a starting line, but then coaching and accountability moves us to the finish. Whatever that goal is for you, coaching and accountability and strategic planning moves you from there to the finish line. That's what it's all about. Okay? So as we shift, as we move forward, I want all of us thinking bigger. I want us tapping into our resourcefulness. I want us looking at how can I make this happen? Not if it's going to happen. Take if out of the equation. I see you, girl. Come on. Take if out of the equation. If you took if out of it, everything would change. If you took this isn't going to work out of the equation, everything would change. So because we now think like that, we look at the world like that, this changes everything. Okay? It changes everything. And so now going forward, I'm like, you know what? I want everybody, I want all the baddies, all the mom baddies who are on their stuff. I want all the ones who are like, I do want this. I don't know how yet, Christina. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but I know I want it. I know it's for me. I believe it. I see it happening. It's unfolding. I know it's for me. How am I going to make this happen? The what is ever present, right? Like it's always going to be ahead of you. The how that you use to accomplish it might change. It might change, but that's okay. How many kids you have might change it. How much rest you get might change how we do it, right? But it's still for you. It's still right. It's still very much a place that you should be working towards. But now we got to analyze the how, okay? It's for me. If I take if off the table, completely off the table, now how will I think about things? I get to fully believe, fully immerse myself, good evening, in decisions that move me to my goal the fastest. My brain instantly starts to go, sis, how are we going to work this out? How are we going to work this out? If I really believe it, if I really believe what God says about me, if I really believe the dreams and the visions that are in my mind and in my heart, if I'm sold on this, which I believe y'all are, if you're really sold on this, then you're going to take the steps forward to make it happen. You're going to, and your brain will instantly start to produce creative ideas, resources, options, opportunities to help you make it happen. Okay? To help you bring it about and bring it into real life for you. Okay? So we have 3 ways that we serve you. Okay? 2. I'm going to give 2 today. The first one is through the Momathon Conference. Okay? The conference is October 27th through the 29th. In Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. If you want to come join us at the Renaissance Hotel. We're going to love on you. We're going to feed you. Hey, Naya. Hi. We're going to love on you. We're going to speakers are amazing. We have the Director of Minority Affairs for the state of Alabama coming. We have a senior lifestyle editor of Essence Magazine, who's our keynote speaker for Brilliance Brunch. We have all of these like really amazing women. My Own Homes, Queen of Marketing, Jasmine Haley, speaker coach, Andrea Thomas, who is the queen of negotiation to get bigger contracts, all of the things. We're giving you all the good self-care, decision-making. We're bringing it all to you this year in a bigger and better way, okay? So if you want to come to the conference, shoot me a DM. I'll get you all the details. Okay. Then method number two to support you. I told you all the conference is the starting line. Okay. Conference is your start. Coaching helps you to get across the finish line. Okay. I have been crazy transformed through working on my own mind, my own tenacity, my own power to make decisions, the best way to be present, the best way to grow myself personally and professionally. All of this has developed through coaching. I get to work on my own brain. I get to identify what's not serving me versus what is. And I just get to nurture. I'm so much more self-aware now as a result. Okay. Our clients are entrepreneurs, they are mothers, they're attorneys, they're therapists. I have like 5 therapists who have worked their way through coaching because coaching is not therapy. We have $1 million CEOs for clients. We have got an actress up in here. All amazing, truly epic women who are finding their way in their new season as they build their dreams, as they work on their goals, as they are becoming who they really want to become. Life changes. You're full of transitions. You're full of your family changing and growing. When you become more successful, your marriage changes. When you have more kids, your marriage changes. When you make more money, your family dynamic changes. What do I do then? When the woman that I'm becoming is so vastly different from who I used to be. And then on the other side of that, we have the women who are like, Christina, I see you doing what you're doing. How did you plan this 8 years in a row? How did you secure these features? How are you getting thousands of dollars of collaborations, sponsorships, partnerships? How are you doing that? And so productivity coaching brings together your very real life with the goals that you have for yourself, for your business, for your future. And one thing that I can promise you is discretion. Okay. A lot of us, we're doing amazing things in the world. We look so good on social media. We look so good. But then behind closed doors, we are eating our snacks in our closet to avoid sharing. We are crying because our marriage is stressful right now. We're feeling like we're failing our kids because we got busier. We feel as though I should be more on top of how things are going in my house. We procrastinate by watching Real Housewives of Atlanta and scrolling on social media. We stay up all night working, striving, hustling when we didn't use our hours well during the daytime. You now became a different woman when you started securing the bag and your relationship with your husband has changed. I had to coach one of my clients like that is totally normal. So your dynamic has shifted. Before you were fine with doing all the things. You were a stay-at-home mom. Now your business is taking off. You don't want to do everything. But he got spoiled with the woman you used to be. You were happy being her. Right? Am I reading somebody's mail? You were happy being that other version of yourself. Then you got access. You got some increased self-awareness. You got exposed. And you said, I don't want to be this old version anymore. I want to grow. I want to be this new person. But your family has now been spoiled by the you that you were for the last 10 years. Now you got a completely different story. This is what productivity coaching is for. And somebody asked me yesterday, she was like, do you only work with moms? Yeah. Because I have so much sympathy that all kind of people have busy schedules. But us as women, as wives, as mothers, we got something different going on over here. We need a different set of rules, a different set of principles. We need a different strategy. And if you're serious about like hitting your goals, becoming that woman, handling that business, you have to embrace a different kind of coaching too. They can give you all the business strategy, they can give you all the stuff. But if you are the primary problem solver in your family, you won't even get it done. You won't even finish it all. It'll still be there on that to-do list while you scroll on social media because you can't get yourself to be motivated. Because changing myself just feels too hard. Somebody said definitely need a different strategy. We as women with families, y'all, I got 5 kids. They are homeschooled. They are here all the time. I had to learn how to do it differently. I had to learn how to communicate with my husband. I put a post up the other day that lit y'all's panties on fire. I was like, whoa. I put up on social media. I said, you hire me as a productivity coach because your husband is not actually jealous of your success. He's actually just tired of you staying up all night. Click, 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 click. All night long, typing away on your computer, trying to catch up before the next day. Because you stayed up all night. You tired the next day. Tired that night. Overwhelmed, burned out, mad. He's just tired of that. I even told one of my clients who I just love her dearly. She's so sweet. And I was like, listen, I said, sometimes the only time my husband sees us dressed up, dolled up, lip color on, click, 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 is when we going out to go to one of these boss babe brunches. We're going to go film stuff. We're doing photo shoots. We're doing all this kind of stuff. That's when everybody else gets this spectacular version of you. But then the version he gets is the one with the bonnet. The one with the bonnet. He gets bonnet sis, while all the women in the world get superstar sis. I'm not talking about lingerie and all that kind of stuff every single night. I'm just talking about looking like you care. Most of the time, when y'all see me in my little zip up joint, and I got like a cute lip color on, a little bit of makeup, so I'm doing a live or something, some earrings. This is what I look like at this point during the daytime, like functioning around my house. I want my husband, who now works at home, to know I care. Instead of like running around in his pajama pants, I bought like really cute, like those black bicycle shorts, like walk around the house. Because I've been working out, you know what I'm saying? Everything is thinging. Like, I just want to look like I care. So for a lot of us, you're now shifting into the next level. You're now shifting into being the sis who is this bombshell wife and this superstar mom, and you know your business is growing, like you're doing all of these things, or you want your business to grow. I've had a lot of ladies who I check in later and are like, things are still the same as when I talked to you last. I thought you were going to do it on your own. I thought you had a strategy and a plan. But sometimes we need something different. We need to be released from feeling like we have to be the primary problem solver. But you also have to know how to do it, how to let that go, how to communicate, how to delegate. What parts of my business are going to help me grow the fastest? I might need to do more of that. For Christina, all day, all I did today was conference stuff, because that's what's the biggest thing in front of me. And while I may work for a few minutes when I get home, because my husband is working on a project too, when he goes to lay down, I'm going to go lay down. Because one thing the Garretts are going to be doing is smiling. Okay? If you're a woman leader, or you see yourself in that place in the future, and you have this family who is relying on you to be this person, and you have big dreams, and you have goals, the conference is made for you. Come and get your questions answered, for you to come and not feel like, I'm drowning in You know, there's beauty in going to these cathedral size events, right? And being there and soaking up the energy. But I don't want to have to pray that the person that's on stage says something that fits my situation. I want to be able to raise my hand and say, hey, listen, me and my husband, we on the rocks about this. What do I do? My business is struggling with this. What do I do? I don't know how to work on my public relations. What do I do? I want to be a paid speaker. I don't know about this. How do I do that? Like, they're right there in front of you. It's right there in front of you. Everybody was like, I didn't realize the speakers were sitting next to me. Like, yeah. They come and they like hang out for the whole weekend. Okay? It's the idea that you have, hey babies, you have so much power, so many resources in front of you. And what we will do is we will sit in indecision until it's too late. Until the conference is fully sold out. Until there are no more hotel rooms, which we got a couple left. Until we will put everything off in order to avoid having to make the decision in the first place. We will do anything we can to avoid that. And I'm telling y'all what I know. Not a question. It's not a guesstimation. My girl Lou, she said, and the speakers were super personable. They were like, I didn't even realize that was her sitting right there. It's like, yeah, we're right there, like in there with you. People were like, I didn't expect to be able to hug you. I was like, I want hugs and I want all the selfies. Okay? Like, I'm right there. So even though we're expecting more ladies this year, I'm like, we're going to have more time for questions. I didn't overbook sessions. So we have all day with these remarkable women for you to get your questions answered. You don't have to just look at the stage and hope that God sends a prophetic word. You can actually raise your hand and go get your word. Okay? So the conference is one component. October 27th through the 29th in Atlanta. Okay? Part 2 of that, and I said the conference is your starting line. Coaching, accountability, support for 6 months, support for a year changes everything. Everything. Imagine not sitting in your own mind spiraling about making decisions. And you were able to just make them. Imagine bringing, some days, I promise y'all, when we coach, this is the reason we do 6 months, is because you have all kinds of stuff in your life, okay? You have marriage stuff that happens. You got stuff with your kids that happen. You have your own mental health that pops up. You have your energy levels that pop up. You have your 9-to-5 corporate job that pop up. You have what you're working on in your entrepreneurship journey that pops up. You got all of this stuff. All of these things that are running, giving your mind the runaround. Imagine if every single week we were only troubleshooting for you. Imagine if every week you didn't waste time in indecision because you learned decision-making protocol. You learned that it's okay if this isn't a life sentence decision. Whatever I choose, it's okay. I just have to learn to love the decision. How much different would our lives be if we always saw open doors, always saw opportunity, always saw a way out? If we always knew there's a path, I believe what God says about me, because I believe this, I'm going to do this instead. Because I fully know this to be true, God's got my back. He's going to support me. He's pushing me. He's already got resources lined up all around. Because I believe this is true, now it's my job to identify the resources. It's my job to see. And as much as I want for God to FedEx, Kinko's, deliver everything right to my door, Amazon Prime, all of my blessings to my door, he might be wanting me to grow into the woman that goes to get it. He might want me to become that. He wants you to become that. That woman that goes out to get what you need and claims it for her own. So the conference is our starting line. But I got clients who are already working now. Beyond that, on Friday, the 27th, all day, the ladies are coming to my suite at the Renaissance, and we're going to be working in living color. We're going to be crafting the pitch. We're going to be identifying the people. We're going to be working on what's keeping you back from moving forward. We're going to VIP mastermind in my suite all day Friday. Okay? So this is something this is just extra over delivering to you guys. This is, hey clients, I know y'all need the extra. I know you want to be in this particular room. I know I need to go ahead and move forward to that next thing. I know that talking this out in this group is going to help me. So we're going to VIP mastermind on Friday during the day. If you're an existing client, you get to just come and join us for that. You get to sit down with the other ladies who are equally invested and learn and grow and work. Okay? So the conference is our start, the 27th through the 29th in Atlanta. You need a ticket, you need a discount code, all the details, slide in my messenger after this live is over. Let's make it work. Okay. We want you, if you have a heart to be there, we want you to be there. Okay. We want you there. And then beyond that, some of you guys are ready right now for coaching. You're like, listen, I know I'm doing the most. I might not be overwhelmed yet, but I feel it. Right in here, the balancing act of being that girl, being that woman, being that sis who creates opportunities and secures the bag and loves her family, and you love God and you're really working. But I talked to somebody yesterday. She said, what I'm doing is working. It's just not working as fast as I know it could be. Coaching takes the length of time out. And for women who are already short on time, it's like, listen, we got to go ahead and get this thing. Okay. So if that's you, if you're ready, if you're like, Christina, you're speaking my language, I've been watching what you're doing, right? I know that you can help me to get to the next place. I'm here to do that. Okay. So I have space for, I want to say four one-on-one clients for the rest of the year. Okay. So I'm asking that you come on, get this spot. Okay. Shoot me a DM after this live is over. Say, Christina, I'm trying to get my life together. I'm doing too much. I want to find my flow. I want to find what works for me. I want to find what's going to help me get there the fastest without burning out. Okay. I want to learn how to manage my family and my marriage and my home and develop this business and this idea and this nonprofit. Get that promotion. I want to learn how to do that. I want to become that woman that result is inevitable. And so if that's you, I want you to go ahead and reach out to me in Messenger. Okay. That's it for today. My kids are out of Bible study. We're still hanging out, waiting on my husband. So you guys can DM me and I will send you a link to book a call and we'll make some magic happen. Okay. Thank y'all for coming to hang out with me tonight. You guys can see I'm still a little raspy. I got like this sexy, sultry, gravelly voice thing going on. My gosh, I'm hoping it's over by the conference. So when Glenn is leading worship, I can just scream at the top of my lungs. So anyway, I love you all dearly. Thank you guys for hanging out. And I look forward to serving you at the conference and supporting you through coaching. All right. Love you guys and talk to y'all soon.